Welcome everybody to the 2023 Prime Tournaments. I am Ivy Paw, joined by my co-host Schwartz Gandhi.
So,
This is week 4 of the Prime Tournaments, which is a running fighting chance.
yes.
We are starting near a boss room, or a main area, so.
Yeah, we start in all of the boss rooms, like Chozo. Very common starts. It's either Zoid or Flagra, I think.
Something like that.
And judging by the time it takes to load the room, it's Flagra. Yep.
Yeah. Or spawns PB.
Yeah. PBs as well as default, starting with Charge Beam. No space jump, unfortunately, so they would have to resort to any percent strats. Or I guess 21% strats then, I guess. It's still possible to get to the slots NSJ, but it's not fun.
You have to dash off the point.
And yes, the seed hash was in fact ion plasma.
Double plasma.
So, you know what that means? It's going to be a plasma today.
Yeah. I'm going to call it vanilla and plasma processing.
Yeah, there's not much to really say about this race. It's just, or this fight rather, just very cutscene boss. You love to see start out. I will say though, this actually is not that bad of a start, since a warp to start immediately grants ghosts, so you don't have to worry about early wild at all. So it's also not that bad of just like a good point of return to start and to get to places. Arguably, I would say that you would like a landing site start, but I think Sun Chamber is placed in a good enough place for you to start routing from.
Yeah. Wow, again, this back jump in the last one.
Alright. Slogger dead on Baja side. And what do we got?
Spider?
Looked like something. That spider, that'd be really funny.
Be really convenient too.
I thought it was SJ. See here.
It's something, I don't know. It was kind of hard to see on the stream, but yeah.
Oh, it's E-Tank, okay. Ready? Just a nice little refill. Fighting Flagra. We love to see it. That's Flagra dead on Elias' side as well. Indeed. So from here, we just start with basic Chozo checks, and then make our way to landing site where we're going to get hints. Now that the fighting chance part is over, this is where the odd weekly parts begin.
Yeah. If I had enough of that elevator, if you go in the corner, you could trigger it to come back down faster.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to wait the full track of it up and down. Oh, looks like Baja's going for the backwards Hive Totem, which is a good play.
Okay, interesting.
We'll be coming out to the main plaza and going to try and
This-
fly it. So,
You know what? This is pretty good routing. We do have bombs, so we can get gallery tunnel in first
and
sweep.
supers now. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, there's
And
Spider.
Spider right next to each other. Okay, well that's ghost logic. That's funny. Wow.
Spider. Yeah, that's.
It seems that Elias is making the same play by turning around at Vol Ledge.
Yeah.
That's okay. So those are just really good to find early game. Don't have to go any searching for that. And there's launcher. Boz taking save. Really good at save at least once. And doing the save warp right back to ghosts. Okay. I guess, yeah, this probably is better to get out of the way now since it's been like immediately put into logic in like the same sphere.
Yeah.
So. The unfortunate side effect of having to warp to start to ghosts is that we aren't put in the fight trigger right away, so we have to make our way to the door over there. And there we go. Regardless, it's probably still just to get it out of the way.
Yeah. I probably would have waited at least till X-Ray to be able to make this fight a little more manageable.
You know, I guess there's also this works that you could just take you could bomb jump over the Flogger Gate in Arboretum and then just start from there. Since we got all of this side pretty much all done, it's actually not that bad.
Really convenient boosts here too, so we just boost out.
Okay, well,
okay.
That is not junk this time.
Yeah.
Nice mandatory L jump, and there's space jump right there. And Elias is not going that way, and is instead going to make his way to Rune Shrine right now. Could theoretically check everything here. You can climb Shrine to NSJ, but it's not fun. You have to do some slope understandables. Okay, well, there's an artifact there. Alrighty.
Nice.
Now, where does Baja go? Going to Fountain. And half pipe, missile, grapple ledge didn't seem. We'll see in this cutscene. Oh, that's something. That's like boost, I think.
Might have been. Elias is gonna go to Talon to get hints.
Good idea. Missile and upper shrine. So Elias didn't miss anything here, but might still be thinking about that.
Yeah.
Artifact for Baja. Off that one right now. Okay, Elias is going to do Root Cave or Transport Tunnel B first before getting hints. It's not the best routing just because he doesn't know that spaceship's on ghosts right now, but probably just wants to get hints first, then we'll save warp and then do ghosts. It's not that big of a punishment, but
Yeah.
fine. Okay, Baja chooses to go to Root Cave as well. This is a much better play since he has Space Jump can get the tall first pass. And, boost was under, then you say. Okay. So maybe that was like a suit on Grapple Ledge then.
Oof. Well, I missed the platform.
Forget Crash Site. This is in logic with the Space Jump, but the NSJ method is still possible.
Looks that's like a suit.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, there's no nothing. Yeah. Oh yeah. Quick R-right for the seed. There's the only thing that there is just default damage reduction. So that's just Varia. That won't matter that much. Yeah.
There's our Magmar access.
And it looks like Baja fell down earlier.
Yeah, he did.
Unfortunately. Missile, and then Arbor Chamber out of bounds. Pretty easy considering we have bombs. Didn't even need to use them, but no reward. So it looks like Elias is going to be the first one hit. And it's Flamethrower. Yippee.
Alright, we're validated.
Alright, will we get the early hints read from Elias? I know Baja will definitely check early, but see what Elias chooses to do here. I don't know his philosophy on checking hints. Doing Space Jump 11. You see it?
Space Jump number.
Space Jump Nth.
And yeah.
There's Verida for Baja. Saving, and is doing the save work, so that will net Elias the space boost very quickly. And seemingly not punished for it since all of the space jump checks at the moment were all junk.
Yeah. And once he gets it, he goes straight to Magmar if he chooses to.
Yeah, at this point this would probably be a very good time to dip Magmar with that Varia suit. Usually, if routing... This is kind of the hard part of routing is when you get Varia and which way to go through Magmor. Sometimes it's faster and more worth it to just go through Twin Fires. Sometimes whole lava lake Tricops pit area doesn't have anything. But since we're right here in Sun Chamber, we'll probably just see people, both of them go to lava lake and get that out of the way. Alright, hint read should come up soon. There it is. What do we got? TA, water hole access, lava lake. Shorelines. I missed that last one.
Trickle spit.
Trickle spit. Early artifacts, okay. Sure hope that doesn't spell out a plasma hunt again. But with that said, we might see a fairly reasonable phase-on suit play. Phase-on suit hint play, I should say. We do have boosts, so first part Ridley will be nice. Yeah. Still missing plasma, but that can be negligible, honestly. Thank you. Give me this. Yeah, just I think we can get all of those. We don't know which one Shorelines is.
Yeah, if it's the lighthouse, then yeah, all of them are accessible. If it's behind ice,
I'd be willing to think that it's lighthouse.
Yeah.
Both of them warping to start after getting those hints, and
I'm gonna start glitching on the door.
Elias is going for the magical dash.
Okay.
Don't really know why. I guess this is still out of logic. Okay, well I forget. There is indeed a standable method.
Yeah.
Some players find it easier.
And then the standable is like,
This is out of logic until grapple.
yeah.
And it's just insane. Meanwhile, Baja is making his way to Watery Hall, grabbing that artifact, and is going to check around here. We do have Spider, so Upper Dynamo is not the problem today.
Ooh, wave beam on charge. Okay.
And okay, Elias is making his way back to Gathering Hall. Probably it's not going to be too late finding that either.
That's a busy. It's really making us healthy here.
Very healthy seed indeed. Alright, Wave Beam, and Elias is right behind him. Oh.
And there's our grapple.
Grapple, nice. So that puts all of Training Chamber in logic. Yeah, we do have everything for all three of those checks over there, so Baja will likely check all of those in one pass. Don't really know why Elias decided to just do Magma Pool out of logic like that. Probably going to feel quite annoyed especially after finding both Wave and Grapple right here.
Yeah.
And here's the hints. Elias side. So probably going to head to Lava Lake right after this. Probably make the most sense. Probably actually going to probably check Tower of Light first, but
Tower of Light, Void, Furnace.
honestly, I think I would push off Zoid at this point. I feel like since it's a likely bet that the artifact's in Lighthouse, so we can get all of our artifacts right away.
Yeah.
Yep. Artifacts Magmore, and just the first check in Fendrana, so early artifacts for early phase on suit hint. Yeah. The only thing we're missing is some beams at this point. And nothing of profit. Training chamber area. Tower of Light's coming up next. This will definitely have something. When has Tower of Light not had progression? Oh, whoops. Thank you. Interesting. I've seen a lot of runners do that slope jump up the first thing instead. I should probably learn that at some point.
Yeah, same. I usually just use pipe. Well, at least I did, I think.
Kind of a limp
That's a good
stand
save. Alright,
Okay.
Light, what you got? Thermal.
Who would have thought? And that's the exact type of thing I was expecting out of Tower of Light. Okay, so interesting. Elias is not heading over towards that area, is instead going straight to Magmore. Not quite punished, although might delay going to workstation, not knowing that it's in logic, that thermal. Quarantine monitor is at this point still in logic though. There's quite a lot of terrifying opponents in this tournament so far. Both of our runners today are in fact 3-0. So this will be one of the players' first loss of the tournament. Who that is, we don't know, and we're going to find out by the end of here. But yes, make sure to keep checking out the tournament as it progresses. This is week 4 of 6 for the Swiss. So we move on to top 8. Each week features a different preset. This one, as we saw, is called a fighting chance, where we start in a boss room. And next week we'll be featuring what's called major, minor split, and open world, where all of the items are only in the vanilla major item locations. And all of the blues have been, or all of the doors have been changed to blue, so you can get everywhere. Be quite the interesting preset. I haven't personally tried it yet. I probably actually should after this race, but I've heard that it's been a lot of fun, so can't wait to see that. Alright, both runners are now in Magmore. Elias is a little bit ahead, but Baja still has that thermal up on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I guess so. Yeah, we do have all of our movement items. Didn't really think about that. Interesting. That's interesting. I see a lot of runners climb monitor station that way. But I've always just found it easier to scan dash off the turrets to that one pole and then just do an L jump from there.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're wanting to head straight to Warrior Shrine, this is maybe faster? I don't know. There's a lot of ways to do monitor station.
Vanilla cheeseburger.
Vanilla. Okay, Fire Short's dead. Honestly, it makes sense that no one would really push Workstation at this point. They want those last artifacts real quick. All right.
Oof.
Yeah, this is similar to the way that I like to climb Mountain Station. I use that other pole.
That's the uniform I usually use, but
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe that is faster if you. Who knows? Actually, I don't. What do I know, dude? I don't know.
I feel like it's just easier so you don't fall as much.
Maybe. Although we did just see Baja fall from that, so. Alright, where's this last artifact? It's probably going to be in Lighthouse. Can't quite see it on the restream, but heading straight for it. Well, I guess if it's any consolation, that's an easier job for us, since we don't have to worry about it.
So,
oh!
That's
wow.
an artifact.
Okay.
I used to drink plasma now.
So. Okay, wow.
That's very convenient.
I've not seen that before.
Neither have I.
Okay. So that artifact is indeed behind the ice.
Yeah.
But I guess that's not much of a worry. No plasma hunt here today.
I mean, it's like an ice hunt, but we're just technically 2 from go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess what I was going to say is that it was the early artifacts are convenient for us since we don't have to worry about keeping track of artifacts as much.
Yeah. Because we will have all of them anyways.
Because, fun fact, we are, in fact, tracking this race ourselves. It's understandable. It's Independence Day weekend. Probably not going to get as many volunteers because they're out doing stuff, celebrating America.
Yeah. Because the 4th of July is in a couple days.
Alright.
Is that ice? Oh, that's
gravity. Interesting.
Elias say no? Okay.
Elias does not want to do Sheikah for gravity. So, alright. So, yeah, they did skip Zoid. Both of them did choose to skip Zoid, but we started on Plant, so we did fight that right away, as well as Ghosts, which had Space Jump. Quite fun. And then there's the last artifact for Elias. Now I wonder, does Baja take this gravity suit in Chapel? If there is actually anything in Cricket, that might be the only time loss. Gravity, honestly, I don't really think gravity loses you that much time. The only problem is
damage reduction, that gravity is not really needed. But with the damage,
okay. Well, it does take the bait, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't really call that bait, but.
Oh, gravity.
So at this point, we can get our Phazon suit in. We can actually fight Ridley relatively quickly. We do have Plasma and
Yeah.
Boost major items used for Ridley most of the time. That does kind of route poorly, though, because we would have to make a long way back to start actually getting checks.
Yeah.
So it's understandable why racers don't want to just immediately save and warp and get that hint. We are missing Ice Beam. So that's, I guess, pretty much our go mode at this point. We don't know where Phase on Suit is, but we can get the hint for it. So, no mode, I guess? Ice Beam no mode? And Elias still doesn't have that thermal, so if Thardus ends up being Ice Beam, then that could be bad for Elias if he doesn't do it. Okay, well, X-Ray. Snow mode, thank you, TGC. Indeed. I guess so. That makes sense. I think now would be kind of a good as time as any to do the safe warp. And maybe pivot save here, actually? That actually doesn't seem that bad of an idea, honestly. Right now, the worst location that ice could be is probably vanilla. That's always really bad. We always hate when we get under pressure. That happened yesterday. That was kind of big for the racers, honestly. So I think that is like the consolidated worst place for ice to be, although it could just be other places considering where people route and stuff. The worst spot in Fen would be Research Core, because going into labs is without Ice Beam is very punishing if you don't have Ice Beam to route out, and if you just don't find anything, it's a massive waste of time. Honestly, it's kind of worse if you find something that you actually do want to keep in labs but don't have ice. It's a major backtrack.
We have ISIS versus Core that needs to leave. Wow.
Ice Beam could also be on Thardus, but I'd argue that that's actually faster. Or not as bad because you can just get straight to Thardus faster. Seeing an attempted observatory dash from Elias. And Bahag.
Okay.
Interesting route divergence here. Both are in logic. Elias does not know that Thardus is in logic, but see who gets rewarded here, I guess. Oh, Thardus skip? Ooh. Looks like it messed it up, though. Yeah, there is a scan dash you can do to go over the entirety of Thardus' fight trigger. We don't see it have a lot of versatility, considering not a lot of people come through the front of Thardus to not fight him. It only is really important if you want to just like quick deal quarantine monitor, and it like came in logic while you were in Fedrana, I guess. Control towers, nothing. No. Lab so far has not paid off for Elias. Fortunate. I mean, I guess where can ice be at this point? It could be here, quarantine monitor. Could be workstation. Could be. Can it be main quarry? I don't think so. Yeah, there's an ice door on the way to.
Yeah.
It can't be Frigate. There's an ice door there. Farchozo. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much it. Seems that lab was not the answer, so we're going to see what Elias does here. And Thardus is down. Interesting. That took almost the same amount of time. It seems that, although Baja started Thardus a little bit later when Elias entered labs, but finishing at the same time is interesting.
And there it is.
Hoo boy. That's bad. Okay, well, now is the time that you would go get that suit hit. Even choosing to orphan quarantine monitor makes sense. Yeah, now's the time you get that hit.
Cosmo called it.
Could this really be a sub-hour seed? The only thing we don't want to see right now is Phazon suit can be found in Phazon mines. Literally any other place would be faster. Also, nice missile ricochet off that door. I've never seen that. Okay, well, thankfully Elias is fighting Thardus, so we'll happen upon them relatively quickly. But that puts an entire Thardus fight between the two runners right now. Phazon in Frigate would also be quite interesting. That would be a significant advantage for Baja.
It would also be Phazon of Vanilla and OP. That'd be really bad. Having all bosses required.
Honestly, yeah, it's a really good thing that Baja skipped or failed Thardus skip.
Yeah.
Although I would have argued that if he had gotten Quarantine Monitor, he would have still fought Thardus anyways.
Probably.
Because honestly, I don't really think that Thardus skip is that good of a. I guess you know what I mean.
If you don't have like a lot of stuff for it, yeah, I think Thardus skip is fine.
There's not really a lot of
But
advantages
have,
to skipping Thardus when you're at Thardus.
With this equipment, he pretty much had everything he needed for it, so he missed it.
We don't know what was in Kumon. Baja skipped it. He wants the hit. Yeah, he is just beelining that hint since we can get everywhere in the game. Just wants to know what region it is in. If it is back in Fendrana, we might even see Baja do a pivot, use his pivot save at workstation.
Yeah.
Bonk. It's a slope jump, and there's that ice beam. So, I guess, yeah, the pivot save for Ridley is kind of hard. You gotta you have to be really knowledgeable about how fast you can get places versus how fast your Ridley fight can be. Because if the distance between you and the Phaelon suit from Artifact Temple is longer than you fighting Ridley, then it's a net loss, I think. I don't quite know which is 600. But I would argue that this actually isn't that bad of a potential pivot save. Only really if it's in...
Thanks, Baja.
If it's in Fen or Mines, we might see it. Magmore and Chozo or Talon, probably not. Also, get your smileys in chat. Excellent skip. Okay, interesting. Elias is choosing not to go straight for the Ridley, but is instead going to do checks on the way back, I guess? Okay, Ridley's dead. Time for phase on. If it's in plasma processing, that'd be really funny. So Elias is doing that right now.
Yeah.
That actually could be a game changer. That would put Elias in the lead.
Yeah, because Baja has to go back and get him, while Elias would have it and just go straight to bosses.
Talon Overworld would be the worst future for Elias. Still doesn't have gravity. He's seen it, but he actively gave it up. So, and it's not close to Frigate, so he would not. It would just be bad times all around for him. Plasma processing is dead, so where is it going to be?
Mines.
Who would have thought, you guys?
I'm calling it vanilla on OP.
I feel like I've heard this exact same story before. Okay, so now this is where I'd say that resetting would actually be pretty good. His last save was Workstation, so that puts him like right next to Mines. Maybe he wants to go bar skip into Mines and then just full clear from there. I guess, yeah, that's not that bad of a play. That also saves you fighting Ridley again. But yeah, get your bets in now. Where in Mines is it? If I were to guess, I would probably say, I want to say Vent Shaft. Yeah, here we got some Fungal Hall access, a PCA, Stored Fecal access, main quarry. Main quarry would be the best possible timeline. Ooh, okay. So Baja is going to come in from PPC. Maybe if he's fast enough, maybe this is worth not fighting Ridley again. Fungal Hall B's in chat. Burst Depot A. Seems that Elias should just get the hint at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, if he did find it, that would have been a huge advantage for him. But
yeah, Rando is fine. So sadly.
thankfully, he has a power bomb to get to PPC. So nice collision on Elias' end. Elias, will he get? Aw, nope. That's a pretty good shot, but Ridley was in the wrong position there. Alright, PPC. Yeah, so since we're coming in for PPC, I definitely want to see Faison in Vent Shaft get immediately punished if you choose Upper Mines from here. Nice pirate escape. Is going to check the control access. Did. Elias Thompson phone home? Okay. Oh yeah. Elias has a Varia that messes up this cutscene very funnily. Yep. So, I guess that makes Elias our winner. That was indeed the end goal here, was just to get that cutscene.
Alright, nice. It's a true end goal.
Yeah, indeed. That happens also in Life Grove with the cutscene that gets you X-ray, but since that's removed in the vanilla game, we don't see it. And okay, Elias is save working. Interesting. Maybe he wants to go bar skip. Vent Shaft was not the answer. Central Dynamo is not the answer. MQA.
That's brown music. What do you call this? Beetle Jam 2?
Beetle Jam 2, thank you.
What's your boogaloo?
Peaking PCA is kind of a mixed bag. If it's one check that you're getting knowledge of versus the entirety of Lower Mines if you just do it. So the only time that becomes helpful is if Faison is actually in PCA, but even then, you still have to go through the loop anyways.
Yeah.
So it's kind of yeah. The only real good situation for that would be, I guess, maybe like CGC, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, if we had backwards on lines as well, then that could also change things too.
That is true. Yeah. By default, the preset does not allow you to go through PCA. You can choose to. I believe that even is on the table for RAs. So you could choose to do that, and then that would probably make that a bit more tolerable. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you want to have X-ray too, so if you want to go down there and back, I don't know.
Mhm.
Well, it is down here. There's 4 more spots.
I mean, yeah, if you've done upper mines already, then you know it has to be lower mines.
Yeah.
So. Oh well. Yeah, I guess I kind of underestimated how fast you can get to PPC from going Twin Fires. But I guess so. I guess I would have lost this race in that case then.
Okay. Final hole B.
We are getting closer to a vanilla face-on suit.
Yeah.
Although we still have upper mines to check. Ooh, nice MQB dash. And no, okay. So we are going to see an OP fight coming up, folks.
You're getting low. I would say first. Yes,
Yeah.
There we go.
Might want to see. All right, and Elias is coming through PPC as well. We'll see how he chooses to play this. If he goes upper mines and finds it, that could be big.
Yeah, gets a lead and gets some.
Yeah.
Right too.
Yeah. All right. Really? Not going to even attempt trooper skip. Okay. Maybe I didn't see. Did he have the PBs for it? He should have.
I believe he did.
Okay. Elias is heading straight towards lower mines as well. Not even checking elite control axis. Okay. Alrighty, folks. Is it happening?
Is it vanilla?
Come on. Show us the good stuff. Don't know from yet. And nothing.
It was bait.
Okay, we still have PCA.
Yeah.
Interesting. Opting to boost there instead of using that scan dash. Right. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Yep. But thankfully, I still think that this was better routing. Since lower mines loops you right back to PPC, you can head straight up elite control axis and start doing upper mines checks, whereas I don't think the loop from upper mines is as nice. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I think it is faster to do lower mines first, even if you don't find anything.
Probably.
Just like a pure based on suit hunting scenario like this one. Okay. So now what will be really funny is that phase on suit is actually in main quarry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that trigger skipping is really hard. I highly recommend practicing it with practice mod, just so you can see the trigger. Nope.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. Wow. Gamba. Thank you, Metroid, for putting us in suspense for 0.5 seconds before seeing that phase on suit. Okay, so that is go mode for Baja. At this point, we won't be seeing a sub-hour speed. If we put off lower mines, we might have actually gotten it, but unfortunate. Save warping, gonna head to main plaza, and that's all she wrote. Personally, I don't think that Baja feels as behind. Maybe going through that lower mines is getting him a little bit nervous now. Because this seed has been fairly jet, so Elias may have gotten the hint earlier and is been to mines by now. Who knows? This will be an interesting interview. But now, you know what? Now that I think about it, I'd be willing to say that this is another race that Tower of Light decided. Because since Baja had that thermal visor, he was more incentivized to do Thardas first and got Ice Beam first. That's quite funny. I guess that is true. He did attempt to skip Thardas, so. But honestly, I would still like to believe if he did quarantine monitor after doing that Thardas skip, he would have just went back and fought him anyways. That was like one of his only like checks right after. I guess he could have gotten workstation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we would have seen him fight Thardas before doing labs. I know. I guess we'll find out Baja's thinking after that. After this. Yeah, this. Why does this slope jump suck so much?
I don't know.
So annoying. Also, happy 1 hours, everyone.
Yeah.
It's OP down on Elias' side. Fortunately, will receive literally nothing. Will not even be able to see the Metroid and attempt to manipulate it. We'll just acquire it and just find nothing. Be a sad day. So Baja is going into this without Ice Spreader. I don't think we saw it anywhere. So, falling down there. Baja setting up for Exoscape? What? No way. Alright. Exo time. So, hopefully this will be a relatively timed exo fight. Like I said, don't have Ice Spreader, so Ice Beam is going to be a little bit slower. Supers are still nice though.
This we have a validation that was required.
Indeed. Required validation. Also, I'd like to note that Elias tried a different tactic for the pirate skip. It looks like he came down from underneath the scaffolding. I wasn't quite paying attention, but it looked at an awkward camera angle. Ooh, going for ice snipes? Yeah, I wonder if coming from that balcony is easier. Honestly, I kind of doubt it. Because the hardest part about Pirate Skip is getting standing on that little canister thing without hitting the trigger first.
Yeah.
Because once you know where the trigger is, it's actually not that hard to get an L jump over it. You just have to remember to hold L so that little lip on the hallway opening doesn't slide you back into the trigger. And there's that phase on suit for Elias, putting him in go mode as well. But at this point, too late. Unless Baja dies at Essence, which I highly doubt. We have both visors and a lot of heat, so.
I mean, to be fair, they get they have to give it skip a few times and then really pains just to happen.
I guess, yeah, Baja could just have a really bad Essence and get full skipped 5 times. Did that super hit? I don't think it did.
No, it didn't. He was just kind of late on it.
That's fortunate.
Yeah.
On a wave phase 2. That's. Also, I'd like to note, Elias Thompson is rocking the green phase 1 suit, while as Baja is rocking the purple one. Which one is better? Let us know in the chat or the comments below. Which color for phase 1 suit do you think is better? I see we're getting some Team Green representation here in chat. It is the better one. Thank you, Andraxis. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Remember, guys, green is better than orange. This is going down in the history books.
It's not pink. I feel like pink's a better color. Change my mind.
Actually, I haven't seen a pink phase on suit before. Maybe I should try that next time. Can you even get pink in that key rotation?
I think so.
Okay. Essence time.
Color to use the actual phase on colors and just the lighting. If you have a lot of pink too.
Ooh, you can play the pink phase on suit. Okay. I will definitely try that next time. Face away from the pool. There we go. Okay, power bomb. Interesting. That was kind of weird. Alright. Blue cancels. And that is GG's for BajaBlood. Starting with a race time, official time of 1 hour, 8 minutes, 6 seconds. Following a forfeit by Elias Thompson. Alright. That gets GG's. See them shortly. Oh, there's Baja right now.
Hello, GG's.
So, what did you think of that seed?
I was pretty lucky. I don't think I could do better except like maybe not finding X-ray and then going to upper mines first.
Mm-hmm. And there's Elias. GG's.
Hello.
GG's.
BajaBlood.
Now, this was a very interesting seed. Both of you followed like almost the exact same routing through Chozo. Elias put off doing ghosts a little bit after getting hints. So, and
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, thankfully that wasn't
warp to start would help me a little bit.
Yeah, that didn't end up being that bad. He didn't really miss anything that was space jump blocked early, except I'd argue Tower of Light was thermal visor, which led, I would believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Baja, but that inclined you to fight Thardus first.
Yeah, finding the thermal made me want to go. I wanted the Thardus skip, do workstation, Qmon, and then Thardus, but I failed the dash, which saved me time because then I got the ice speed faster.
Yeah. That literally just saved you on that one.
Yeah, so Elias didn't find thermal. He didn't go back to do space jump checks in Chozo.
Okay.
So he orphaned Upper Ruin Shrine, Tower of Light, Tower Chamber, all that, and ended up when he got to Phendrana, he did labs first and did not find anything there. And that was the big disparity between you. As soon as you got Ice Beam, you immediately went for the Phazon suit hint, whereas Elias also decided to quick do some checks along the way back to landing site. Did geothermal core and
just in case I found Phazon on the way back.
Yeah, if Phazon was actually in plasma processing, that might have actually put you back in the lead. But
I mean, I would have just beaten the game at that point. I wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
And when it came down to it, when you both of you entered Magmore, or you entered mines from Magmore PPC, and both chose lower mines, so there wasn't any route divergence there.
Randomizer,
I figured it
okay.
would probably come down to upper or lower.
Yeah. I was feeling really good until PCA, and then I thought there's a universe where I lose. But yeah, Randomizer has a sense of humor. I got punished like
game for you.
I got punished like 15 minutes by skipping Boombox last race, and then this time I got punished 15 minutes for doing Boombox, but then still not going one check further.
Yeah, if one of you did Upper Mines first, you would have automatically won at that point.
Yeah, I like forgot where X-Ray was. I was like, shoot, could Elias have missed X-Ray? And then that pushes you to Upper Mines first, and then I lose.
Kind of wish I had missed X-Ray on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost a race last tournament this way too. Like we were like entering mines at a similar time, but I had X-Ray, and it turned out to like make me route worse, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to say that was a very interesting plasma location. I had never seen that before. Because we were initially thinking that artifacts were just going to be like, fairly easy, and it was going to just be a plasma hunt. But artifacts were still early, but you just got a free plasma beam out of it, which was...
It was free artifacts. I didn't even look to see what the tower was. I just went for it. I'm like, this is either artifact or just something, and it was plasma. I'm like, oh, well, now I'm good. Either way.
Yeah, that was honestly surprising, but... Yeah. Funny.
Yeah, I only got the smallest glimpse of it. I was like, is that really plasma? And I was like, it's like, either way, whatever, we'll go get it. It's not that slow.
Ice Spreader was Furnace? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oops.
Fairly close.
Aether was Waybuster.
Yeah, neither of you chose to do Farchozo at all. Oh.
Yeah,
I saw Wavebuster, I think, in Aether, and the saves come out of that. Yeah, I didn't have Thermal, and I was just like, I'm just going to go out of Phendrana through Thardis and figure out my next move there. It's just kind of a gamble because it's out of logic. And then I see Ice Beam. I'm just like, either I miss Thermal and Baja has this too, or I just made the biggest gamble and it paid off.
Yeah.
Speaking of saves coming, I wanted to ask you, Baja, you had saved at Workstation. That was your last save before fighting Ridley. We were initially thinking that you would have planned to save warp, or I guess reset back to Workstation after finding out that the hint was in mines. I guess, were you planning on doing that, or did you just want to save the Ridley fight?
This might have been a seed where it was worth, I don't know. I am usually inclined to think that I can get about anywhere from anywhere in the time it takes to fight Ridley, even with boost, but that might have been wrong this seed.
Honestly, seeing you, how fast you got to Workstation, I think it actually was faster to not reset. But I think it kind of would have evened out.
I save warped at the end too, and then as I was like in the save station, I was like, oh, this is probably wrong actually. I think actually going through FCS would have been faster. But I'm so bad at gauging exactly how long it takes on the various pathways back to landing site, especially with how it warp the ship.
Yeah, not having ship be warped to start has been throwing a lot of people off lately with this preset.
The starting in Sun Chamber felt pretty slow, right? You have no space jump, and you have your bare minimum to do the fight. But then after the fight, you kind of realize, well, this is not a terrible starting position. Like, it's not too far from the ship. You never have to experience pain to get back to Sun Chamber. And then you see Spider and Super's immediately like, well, I guess, all right.
Yeah. Did you save warp like right out of the Hive Mecha loop as well? Or did you
No, I like they said, I kind of just snaked my way out. I thought about just turning back and doing it, but I decided to do checks, and then once I got to Main Plaza, I was just like, I can go do hints and then just save warp from the ship back to Ghosts and go from there. So that's what I did. But apparently it cost me the thermal, so...
I got pretty bailed out by Watery Hull Access being an artifact. After hints, my plan was to save warp and go Lava Lake, and I very nearly did that anyways. But I was like, I guess we can pick up this artifact and maybe we find some random beam here, which turned out to be exactly what it did. But otherwise,
I was secretly hoping, like, maybe they didn't do like Watery Hull and just put off Wave Beam for a little bit. Like, I could see ways where the seat could throw people off for a while, and I was hoping you fell victim to one of them.
Yeah, luckily, luckily.
Now
it
you
worked
get
out
to
pretty
fight
well.
harder people to beat.
Yeah, that puts you 4-0.
I don't know how this happened, but
Although it
week
kind of
5,
does
I
for
think,
me
is
too,
really
because
bad
there's a
for me.
lot of good people with losses.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has been quite interesting. Take Inner Slice, for example.
Yeah,
Lost
Slice.
week 1 and has been still, I think he's still at this point 3-1. I don't think his race actually has been up yet, has it? Oh, it just happened, so
Yeah, they started an hour before us. From what I could tell, Inner Slice was tearing it up.
yeah. But yeah, these presets have been knocking everyone for a loop.
Week 5, I don't think is good for me. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I've never done anything close to the settings of week 5 and 6 before, so
Yeah,
well,
and I guess not many people have, which is good, but we'll see. Yeah,
the
Not gonna adapt to
biggest
it quickly enough.
ace up your sleeve in that preset would be learning exoskip. Because
Yeah, I got a week.
sure, easy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some people have done it. I know Cosmo is very adamant about just going to go do that whenever he can.
Yeah.
Since all of the doors are blue, you won't need all of your beams. So
Out of bounds is not my friend.
Yeah, Ice.
With
Yeah,
a few-
Ice
with a
becomes an
few
unhinted
exceptions.
phase on suit in week 5, which is rough if you don't know exoskip.
mhm.
So we'll see.
Yeah, make sure to tune in for that. But for today, there is, I think, every other race has started except for Xenowars and Audraxis, which should be happening in about an hour, about 45 minutes. That's
One more
going to be
tomorrow
happening
night.
on SpeedGaming 1, and then, one tomorrow night, Bash Prime versus Robo Scout, which will be the last race of this week. And yeah, look forward to those races as well as what's going to happen week 5. Make sure.
I don't have an answer for that.
I did not
Thank
say
you,
that.
Siri.
Thank you for that.
Oh, now my Siri. Okay. Reaction.
Okay.
To required validation.
Yes. Flamethrower at Artifact Temple required validation. Quite funny.
That
That's
did
good.
feel nice, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I was not mad about that.
See, Elias was not baited by Gravity Suit. I felt kind of stupid doing it, but I was like, you never know.
That is true. Yeah,
I looked in. I actually went to the room and scanned it to make sure, because you can get fooled sometimes. I saw Gravity.
Yeah.
I just told myself, well, I have Gravity now, and I turned around.
Probably what I should have done.
Yeah,
Fight
I
wasn't
think
that
I
slow,
even marked
but-
Gravity on my tracker just so I wouldn't forget it logically.
as soon as everyone saw that, chat was immediately praying for Biohazard to be phase on suit,
Oh,
just to see
I
that
would have
punishment.
tanked it. I would have done it.
Yeah, at that point you kind of have to.
Yeah.
It's right there. But yeah, pretty much that wraps up everything around here. Follow our runners. Follow commentary. We had to track everything ourselves, so
You guys did great.
Yeah,
Yes.
appreciate it.
thank you for having early artifacts, so we did not have to worry about remembering.
Yeah.
I was also thankful.
Mhm.
It's like 2 in, I decided to check, and I'm just like, yeah, these are free. Okay, let's keep going.
Yep. Yeah, make sure our runners, as shown here, are very skilled. Before this match, they were both undefeated. Fortunately, that has now changed.
It's a little bit of a relief.
But as you saw, not by much. So, yeah, make sure to check them out. They both do great stuff. And yeah, that pretty much wraps everything up. Any final thoughts?
No, yeah, GG's. Good luck, Elias, on the rest of the tournament. Hopefully, we'll see you in top 8.
Also, yes.
All right.
GG's for the both of you, and we will see you next mission.
Later, guys.
Yep.